Jamie, what's the story on Randy Tolsma? Oh, crash in turn number 3. We've got contact in turn number 3 and trucks going all over the racetrack.
Looks like Chris Horn, the red truck down on the inside. Man, a battle for second place. David Starr still hanging in there.
Oh, and Bush is going into the wall hard.
Wow, awfully hard in the wall. He was not quite so lucky as the last time.
Oh, now we've got fire. A fire has erupted in the 99. Kurt is moving. Get the net down, buddy. There you go.
He's moving around in there, and it looks like the fire is trying to go out. There's still some fire there, but I don't think it's...
21-year-old is climbing out. His race is run. The crew is bolting towards the garage area. The fans give Kurt a hand, and the 21-year-old is very dejected right now. But he looks to be okay, and that's the best news of all. That was a hard hit, BP. That was an awfully hard hit.
You got to wonder what's going on with Scott right now. Of course, the temperature's been pretty consistent all weekend. It's been gorgeous here, mid-70s, a little bit of a break. Whoa! And they saw Ricky Hendrick loops around, and you saw Floyd Gibbs trying to stop, and Riggs stayed out of the back of Gibbs, and Hendrick still slipping, and now
trucks going everywhere.
Half a dozen trucks slipping and sliding here on the tri-oval area. Hendrick has come to rest in the grass. There's damage in the 99 truck for Nathan Hosley. He tries to get going. Lance Norrick has gone through the grass.
We're looking at Ricky Hendrick now getting going. I'm not sure Ricky had any contact with anybody. He may have come out unscathed from this. Chris Horn, tough break for him. Good qualifying effort. You see Nathan Hosley there on the inside there. That's the little exhaust heat is actually caught the grass on fire.
Tough break for Billy Bigley. There is the contact between Musgrave and Craftsman, and Musgrave will go in the wall, spin around, and the leader tapped in the left rear as he's going by Matt Craftsman. And heavy damage. There is the Craftsman, the fast track driveway sealer Chevy. Looks like he's got some right rear damage.
You'll bring it on around. Get it so I can see it. Let's talk.
Looked like Matt split up into Ted Musgrave a little bit there and knocked Ted into the outside wall and made hard contact.
Look toward the back there. That's Tina Gordon giving Trevor Boyes a little of what she's been given a lot of this year. Get out of my way. He just moves him over and unfortunately made contact down below too.
And if you notice, she's in a Chevy this week. That's a Menards move, trying to kind of pair up maybe with Matt Crafton and help incorporate some knowledge here.
You see he's already in the wall right there. Hard contact with the outside wall.
We have an onboard camera. We're on board with Terry Cook earlier, and you see him. That's coming out of turn number 4 where he hits that wall very hard.
He sure did.
Forget the inboard. We got to just listen. You could almost hear the engine rev up just as in the back broke loose. Now, whether there was something on the track or something come from his truck, you can just hear the back end break loose.
Take a look. You see the truck just take off and go to the right. A slow leak in the right front, or it ran over something, cut it down. Unbelievable. What a horrible break for Jack Sprague. Here's another view of it. He makes some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. It didn't look like it went down all at once. Let's see if we can ride with him and see if we can hear maybe the tire go down. You can hear all the noise. The truck obviously dropped down on the right front because the tire went flat. He made some pretty hard contact with the outside wall.
The drop of the green flag. We've seen 3 wide racing. Problem smoking coming out. That's the 04 of Bobby Hamilton. Oh, and some hard contact there. Chase Montgomery also involved in this.
Brendan Gaughan was involved, and I think Boris, the 14, was involved. A lot of damage to the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery. That's Brendan Gaughan, the yellow truck, against the outside wall. You see Bobby Hamilton on the inside of your racetrack with his truck backwards. Our runner-up right now in the point standings. Pretty hard contact. We're hearing reports now that NASCAR is saying that the 46 Dennis Setzer was in fact leading at the time of the caution flag, so he will restart this race more than likely for a green-white checker from the front position.
Had a little bit of contact. There's another view. You see Mike Skinner get loose underneath Dennis Setzer. He makes contact. There went
Rick Crawford just went by right there, so that wasn't him. You see Mike Skinner make some contact. He's going to back down off the racetrack. That's Bill Lester that came by in the 22 Toyota to make a little bit of contact. Why this happened, that's a little bit late there. They may have got together. They're coming off turn number 2, and
That 59 truck's wiped out on that left.
It almost looks like he may have been pinched. Let's see if we can take another look at it right there.
Oh, they got together.
They made contact in the center of the corner, and then both of them just took off towards the outside wall.
Like they got
very
hooked
hard
together.
hit by Terry Cook, too, as far as he got directed right at that corner.
Yeah. Watch again now.
Oh, right or left rear one just blew out on the straightaway.
Yeah, one of the rear tires blew out because he wasn't even really to the corner yet when that truck swapped ends.
Tonight, and we see the replay here, and obviously this is the aftermath. Can't really tell much.
Right at that point there, you really can't tell too much, but unfortunately for Geico.
Oh, that's got a little nudge right there from Ted Musgrave. Then it put Kyle up into the 8 of Chad McCumbee. The 99 Eric Darnell had nowhere to go, as well as the 9 of Justin Marks. But we know the 51 right now has a tire going down.
So that 51 of Kyle Busch will have to come back onto pit road.
Check out the job the 6 does. What a great job by Colin Brown. He just drove around that wreck. Didn't panic, didn't lock up his brakes, just avoided it. Watch him go by right there.
And it's not easy to... Ooh, hard contact right there. It's not easy to turn that thing left and miss those guys because you're running as fast as you can at that... Ooh, John Wood, the 21, makes a little bit of contact.
I think Todd was trying to go up the hill, and John was in that hole.
John was in that hole, and Colin Brown came along, tried to get between them.
Did you see Kyle Busch slide through there?
Yeah, Rick Crawford also sliding
Ron
through there.
Hornaday as well.
Yep. We saw Willie Allen way on the bottom of the racetrack avoiding all this.
Incredible job by some of these guys.
Here's another view. See Brennan up there now. Here's Todd. He clears the 09.
He did not know the 21 was in that hole.
Yep, and then when he nudged the 21, that put the 21 into Brendan's left rear quarter panel.
Look at Kyle Busch. You saw the 6 of Colin Brown. He locked up the brakes but couldn't hit the hole. Kyle Busch was just low enough to slide through. A great job.
Let's take a look. This is Terry Cook sliding back behind our leaders.
He's going to come down the track across in front of these oncoming trucks. Eichler in the smoke, can't see, nowhere to go, and probably clobbers.
Right, there's Eichler right there clobbering that Harris Trucking Toyota of Terry Cook.
Ron Hornaday working to the inside. Going up. Hornaday slides, and Hornaday's going to go around and into the wall he goes.
He took Cole Witt with him. Maybe some other trucks involved in the aftermath. There's one right there. Looks like Jack Smith. How about the 16 of John King? Josh Richards in the 15 also gets involved.
All caught up when Ron Hornaday slides back down the racetrack.
See Nelson Piquet in the 8 truck in the middle.
He gets loose, doesn't he?
Gets a little bit loose and just gets in the left rear corner of Miguel. Then nowhere for him to go. Also for Steve Arpin, nowhere for him to go as well. Timothy Peters does a nice job avoiding his teammate Miguel Paludo.
Water good and hot, and he was on pit road. Oh, got one trouble.
Josh Richards into the outside wall. The 51 of Josh Richards slams into the outside wall, brings out our first caution on lap number 4.
It's David Starr, I believe.
And he just hits those bumps, goes up the hill a little bit. Didn't want to get into David Starr. Cranked that thing to the left a little bit, Bill, and away it went.
The second he turned left, the back end came around.
Third of the race in the books as we get to lap 50 of this 150-lap race.
So important for Austin Dillon, Michael. You mentioned before. Oh, there it goes.
Around goes Miguel Paludo. Catches the 29 of Parker Kligerman. Both of them into the wall.
Paludo got a little bit loose on the inside of another. Oh, Max Pappas.
Pappas trying to go between the 29 and the 7. Contact is made. We see Todd Bodine trying to avoid that 9 of Pappas.
Sorry, guys, got loose up there.
Man, that's Paludo right there. Says, sorry, guys, I got loose down there. Really took out that 29 truck of Parker Kligerman.
Away from him. And around goes Todd Bodine and Nelson Piquet Jr. Nelson Piquet Jr. into the wall. Down he gets to the 6 of Justin Lofton. More trucks coming in. So it was Todd Bodine and Nelson Piquet Jr. that were involved in it, and then Justin Lofton gets caught up.
Let's take a look at this now. You see Johnny right there in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, he's definitely got a tire going down.
Looked like maybe left rear, Michael.
Wow, what a job by Brennan Newberry getting by, but there was nowhere for Tim George to go. Watch this late contact by John King. Wham! Knocked him up in the air.
Launches that 17 into the air.
These guys know that time is running out. We're approaching 10 laps to go. Look right side of your screen. Look how sideways John Hunter was, right up against the wall.
Oh, and there's the caution. Gallagher pounds the wall this time with the 23. He was running 13th at the time.
Man, these trucks are running upwards of 185 miles an hour when they enter the corner, Ralph, and that's exactly where Gallagher hit.
Let's take a look at it again.
You can see that it was Gilliland,
John West Townley in the yellow
West,
truck.
and I think John Gilliland was just below John West, and maybe Ben Kennedy felt like they were just too wide and had room to angle himself for the corner, battling for a spot well inside of the top 10. Look at all that debris.
But as you pointed out, Phil, that catch fence doing exactly what it's supposed to do as the axle's just grinding along that safer barrier on the wall.
Wow.
And the 18 of Kyle Busch with Jordan Anderson underneath Gallagher.
Yeah, I think Jordan went into the corner and gave Anderson a little bit of extra room, and that caused him to be higher than Kyle expected him to be, and the two made contact. Yesterday, he dove down into turn one, foot wide open on the floorboard, and blows a right front tire into the outside wall. Talked to Chase yesterday afternoon, said that's the hardest crash he's ever had in his career. Luckily, with the safer barriers and the safety that are built into these trucks, he's able to get out of it and explain to the team what he felt, what he's...
Here's the replay. There's Bell right there in the middle.
He talked about the 4 of Christopher Bell coming down. Christopher really held his line. There was a lane down below. There was plenty of room down there for the 27.
It looked like the 27 almost was loose before he got to the corner, Phil.
That's what it looked like.
Brandon Jones for second while Bell takes the lead. Oh, and a big crash. Truex involved.
Kaz Gralla also involved.
We got it.
Both these guys having such a great run.
It's just so dicey on these restarts.
We'll see what happens here. He's in the middle of the screen, the orange truck. He's going to dip below Decker in the 54, bounces up, just wasn't quite clear of Natalie, and she was holding her line, and they clipped Boyd into that outside wall.
Yeah, can't really put any blame on Natalie there. She, as you mentioned, Michael, just holding her line, and he thought he had enough room to get in front of her.
Front, Brandon Jones. Jones will go front. Trouble back. It's Harrison Burton. He gets spun around. Gustine gets involved. Johnny Sauter is in. One of the trucks slides back behind him as well, making contact. And Josh Palicki is that other truck involved as they come to rest in the bottom part of turn number 2.
On the lead lap, and in fact, he's getting ready to restart in the 9th position, last year's winner. At the front of the field, Brandon Jones, the race leader. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. They go to turn 1.
Great restart for Brandon Jones. Not a great look for Grant Enfinger. Tries to come back up through the gearbox. Has his team on the outside. Matt Crafton there side by side for second. Here comes Ross Chastain down on the inside of Dylan Lupton.
There goes Enfinger. He'll slide up right in front of Matt Crafton. Back to the 4th spot. It's Lupton and Chastain, a 2-horse race. But at the front of the pack, here comes Enfinger to the inside of Brandon Jones. They make some contact on 4. They slam to the outside wall. Fires come across that machine. Enfinger will slam into the grass.
Brandon Jones goes aflame off of turn number 4. The right side of that truck completely engulfed in flames after he came together. He was to the outside of Grant Enfinger. Enfinger dive bomb move into turn number 3 for the race lead. They came together.
Side by side, Cody Robaugh there making a move and gets loose off the corner. And there goes Brendan Poole on the bottom. They're going to be 3-4 wide. This is crazy racing.
Great racing, and now Robaugh's got to hang on to it. Loses control and into the wall.
Oh, man. We're praying for Joshua, the young man that nearly drowned in a kayaking accident. You can see there, pray for Joshua. Certainly wanting to have a good run for Joshua. All of our hearts are with him. He was running inside the top 20 and just, I mean, we saw it with Brandon Jones last night in the Xfinity race. It's just really tough getting down into turn 1. The trucks are loose.